Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome me. Take notes, grab a pen. We are back with another episode of the Honorable Marvin Coop Show with the host, Chef Marv. No lie, I'm that guy. And I got my guy back with me, Mr. 16 Bars. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, Bob? Again, man, as always, thank you for having me on your show.
Hey,
I appreciate it. To all your fans, thanks for having me back, y'all.
we appreciate
Jamaica
you
Queens in
even.
the building.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you even being back with us, man. It's always a pleasure. It's always a good vibe. And let's just get into it, man. Today, we are West Coasting it today, y'all. West Coast
All right.
edition.
All right.
So, first of all, who's your favorite West Coast artist and why?
Oh man.
Got to start strong, brother.
Okay. This might be controversial, but Tupac. And I
Tupac.
know there are people out there that Tupac is from the East Coast and he went to the West. I firmly believe that the way Tupac's career ended,
It's West Coast.
I I I I consider him a West Coast artist.
Yeah, and that's always controversial. I mean, just the fact that where he was born, but you can say that about a lot of people. Corrupt, Philly, Exhibit, what was it, Detroit or Mexico, one of them places he was born. It's a lot of people that really wasn't born. Like Nate Dogg was
There's
Mississippi.
a
So,
lot of people push back on me for saying that, but
I mean, I feel you, but I think it's about where you originate, like when you start your rap career, you know, if that
because
makes any sense.
Tupac rep the West Coast hard, yo.
He
West
did.
Side till I die. That's
He
his words.
those was his words.
I can't remember Tupac ever saying East Coast till I can't remember it.
Me
Maybe it's
neither.
out there,
I
but
mean,
he
I
said
haven't heard it from the 36 years I've been alive, so
West Side till
till
I
I
die.
die.
So my favorite West Coast artist,
It's
the
Tupac.
late great Tupac Shakur.
Oh yeah. I feel it. I feel it. Hey, respect, respect. I could say Pac, Cube. I rock with Snoop. I only rock with Snoop on a few albums though. But other
If
than
if
like
if I couldn't pick Pac, I'm definitely picking Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, I definitely.
Snoop kind of got me into the West Coast. You know, Cube, NWA. But when Snoop dropped Doggy Style,
Yeah,
that was it for me.
respect, brother. Um, so like you said, we're West Coast. Let me ask you something. What makes West Coast hip hop unique, in your opinion?
You know, I think the sound of G Funk.
Hmm.
I think the sound of G Funk. If you listen to the production of DJ Quick
Yeah,
and Dr. Dre, there's a way that they create their music and they produce their music.
yeah,
And back in the 90s, a lot of the West Coast stuff had a lot of singing on it. Like you
hmm,
would have Nate Dogg doing some original hooks. You would have
right,
like Michele, and you would have like Joel, and you would have different artists. I'm not saying the East Coast didn't do that too, but
yeah,
there was something about the West Coast, the way they created their music, the way the G Funk sounded,
hmm,
and those having those females bring in the song with some vocals, close out the song with some there's
right.
just there's a sound. The West Coast has its own sound.
I definitely
The
agree.
West Coast definitely has its own sound, but I think it's a combination of that that G funk. Whatever they're doing with that G funk,
Hmm.
I think that kind of separates. Like you can listen to a West Coast, you can listen to a song and kind of hear and say, you know what? I think that's a West Coast artist or somebody from the West Coast made that beat. The West Coast definitely has their own sound.
They
I would say.
definitely do. I mean, I think it's like what makes it unique. I feel like it's a distant, laid back, groovy sound, deeply
Mm-hmm.
rooted into funk,
That
like you
too.
said, funk,
That too.
soul, a little bit of jazz, characterized by some high pitched, thick bass lines. Definitely, like you said, G Funk explains it all. in my opinion. Like you said, I love the G Funk era. I ain't gonna lie to you,
Oh,
man.
I absolutely love the G-Funk era. Like I say, man, Snoop Dogg opened my eyes to a lot of West Coast stuff. Even though Tupac did, I get around with Shock G and those guys, and
Right.
I wasn't really on Pac at that time. I really didn't really start listening to Pac
Mm-hmm.
until the Me Against the World album. That kind of opened me up to to
Was no.
listening more to Tupac.
That's gonna bring me to my next question. So,
Mhm.
what are some essential West Coast hip hop albums or songs for someone that's looking to get into the to hip hop genre? Like,
I got 5 albums on my list
okay.
that I think that if you've never really listened to West Coast music,
Hmm.
or if you're really young and you're now getting into listening to like old 80s, 90s, or even if you're a hip hop head and you probably just some
Yeah.
stuff flew over your head.
Hmm.
Number one, I think you got to listen to Straight Outta Compton from NWA.
Most definitely.
Um, that album, that era when that album was released, it kind of changed the West Coast. There was a lot of controversy
Facts.
around gangster rap at that time. Um, Even the government got involved, where they were
Yeah.
anti-gangster rap music, and the West Coast stood up to the government and say we're going to do our own thing. We don't care what y'all
Mm.
say, and and the infamous what was it when the government bought thousands of their CDs and they took a bulldozer and bulldozed it.
Oh,
What
at one of their concerts.
what album was that they did that to? The government did that to.
Oh, Straight Outta Compton. It was Straight Outta
Straight
Compton.
Outta Compton album. So
Hmm.
there you go, there you go. So that was a Straight Outta Compton is a movement. That album, that era is definitely a movement. Second album, like I said, man, my introduction to Tupac, Me Against the World. When it comes to Tupac's catalog,
Hmm.
my 3 favorite Pac albums is Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, and Machiavelli.
Yeah,
And sometimes when I think about those 3 albums, they're 3 different Tupacs.
it is.
Like
Okay.
like when you listen to Me Against the World, he's still revolutionary,
Yeah, he's
but
sort of
but
like
he
still East Coast a little bit.
yeah, but he's preaching some real deep stuff,
Facts.
and and
Hmm.
having his fun. And then when he drops the All Eyes on Me double CD, was that really the first rap double CD album? Was
I
that the first
thought they
one?
said Life After Death was, but I'm not quite sure. I thought Life After Death was the first
Really?
double. No,
No.
no, no, never mind. Yeah, Pac was the devil. All Eyes on Me was the first double
Okay, so that
disc.
was the first. Okay, so
First double disc. Yes, Pac was the
so
first double disc.
that alone, that album was amazing, and that was a different Pac. And then when he released Machiavelli was a war album. I believe,
That
like I said to
was.
you, I
He was
told you
ready.
time before, he was ready for war
He
with the
was.
Machiavelli album. So,
He went crazy.
but Me Against the World, you got to listen to that album. If you never listened to Pac before
Yeah.
and you want an introduction to Pac, I think that's not the place to start. Maybe start from the beginning, but that's a good place to. That's a good jumping off point if you want to really listen to some of Pac's best music. Might be his best album too. Um,
Yeah, this world definitely. I agree.
Third album, gotta go Dr. Dre, The Chronic. Dr. Dre, The Chronic. When I first listened to that album, I really didn't realize that album opened up doors for Snoop, Dog Pound, Lady of like that album
Yeah,
featured
bro.
a whole slew of people that later all turned into superstars. Snoop turned into a superstar, Lady of Ray's superstar, Dog
Corrupt.
Pound,
Yep,
correct. Like it's
corrupt,
like
corrupt.
that Chronic album is still to this day one of the best West Coast albums there are out there. I mean,
It's ageless.
yeah, that might be a top 5 West Coast album, the Chronic. So the Chronic, you got to put the Chronic on there. My fourth album, Doggy Style. The Doggy Style album, again, I've never been to the West Coast. I bought the Doggy Style album on Jamaica Ave, and I took that album home and I put that album in. And the opening of the album, it opens with the party in the house. The album is a flawless album. Doggy Style is Snoop Dogg's, to me, Snoop Dogg's best album, hands down,
Hands down.
hands
Mhm.
down. And again, I got that in my top five West Coast albums too. So Doggy Five is number four, and number five, I'm going with Quick is my name. I was never really a big DJ Quick fan, but
Really?
but yeah, like I never really bought a lot of his material,
Yeah.
but I've listened to his music. I've listened to his production. He's produced for tons of artists. Okay. And I've never bought a physical DJ Quick CD. I've never. But
Hey.
I've
Mhm.
listened to his music over and over and over the years. And that album, Quick as the Name, I think that's one of those West Coast albums you really got to listen to. You're gonna hear fine production. You're gonna hear good rhymes on there. There's some classic songs on there as well. So that's my five albums, man. Straight Outta Compton, Me Against the World, The Chronic, Doggy Style, and Quick as the Name. DJ Quick, man.
Mhm. Solid, brother. So if somebody was to ask me how they can get into some hip hop, West Coast especially,
Mm.
I'm gonna tell them definitely straight out of Compton, like you said, a whole movement back before I was even born. That
Wait, you
changed.
weren't born yet? You weren't born yet?
I think I was
Wait, when that came
89.
out?
I think
89?
89. I
Yeah.
was, yeah, I'm April 89, so probably a few months old, not knowing what's going on.
Okay, okay, okay.
Like you said, definitely straight out of Compton. Because like you said, the whole time it was just like crazy. Like you said, even the government itself got involved. Uh, this so I'm going from one to five. So I
Okay,
would definitely say NW is number one.
okay.
You may disagree. I'm gonna tell people Death Certificate, man.
Ice Cube?
Death Certificate was a solid from like start to finish good
Yeah, yeah,
album in my
yep.
opinion, man. I loved every bit of it. From I told everybody this before, whoever knows me. When I get my production company, I'm turning my summer vacation song into a movie. Then you got
Mm,
Steady Mobbing, of course,
mm,
the this track of all, and the wrong nigga to fuck with. That's a straight solid album from Q.
yeah, yep.
So of course, 3-4, Dog Style, Chronic. And this one gonna surprise you, bro. I'm gonna probably tell them to listen to Good Kid, Mad City from Kendrick,
Mm,
just to throw a little bit
Hey,
of
listen,
some.
that album is awesome. That's an awesome.
That's an
That's an
awesome
amazing
West Coast.
album.
Yeah, that's an awesome West Coast album, bro. I am not like I would not be mad and tell somebody else like, hey, go listen to Kendrick because that is a good solid album.
Yes, yes,
And
indeed.
you
Yes,
can
indeed.
never go wrong with it. And like you said with the Chronic, even though that album came out, what, 2013, 2012, it's ages to this day, even 12 years ago, from 12 years ago and all that stuff, I can still put on that album.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, oh man, what was about to like shoot next? So, from my fault. Thank you for
Great storytelling on Good Kid, Mad City too. Like the
oh,
storytelling album is off the charts.
from the Shireen, Backstreet Free. Yeah, I think one of the best storytelling albums of all time. Up
Yeah.
there. Up,
Yeah.
it's up there. I
I
think it's
can't. I
up there.
can't. I can't front. There's some stuff in there. You make you laugh, make you want to cry. It
Got
pulls
you
you
just
in.
sitting there thinking too. And I think Kendrick's first two albums was like that. To where you like, damn, just got you sitting there thinking, like, okay. But so how has the perception and the influence of the West Coast hip hop of evolved since the 1990s?
Um, I, I I think the West Coast still has that West Coast gangsterism stigmatism.
Yeah.
Like like in the 90s when I first started really hardcore listening to the West Coast stuff, there was a lot of gangster hip hop. Like it was you were hard pressed to find smooth West Coast stuff. Now, I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't there,
Yeah,
but the stuff that was mainstream, you
yeah.
know, Death Row Records, it's just a lot of hardcore gangster music
It
coming
was.
out of the West Coast. And today, I think with a guy like Kendrick has been really good for a long time. Like
Consistent, yeah.
ever since Kendrick came out with his like his first few albums, solid. I think Untitled was a little dip to me. Damn was good, but I think it was something that didn't make it great. It's still a good album, but like after that, he still kept evolving and being a better artist. And
Yeah,
guys like the game shook it up a lot. Like people
yeah.
don't give the game his props
Exactly.
as a West Coast artist, but when you start looking at consistency, classic albums, staying on top for longevity, the game has a great resume.
You do.
You know, and the picture you have up here with Nipsey Hussle, Nipsey Hussle was going to be one of those artists where he's a new artist, but he was intelligent.
Very
He was
intelligent.
finding different ways to
Yeah.
put his music out. You
And
know,
I
he was
love it.
doing a lot of merch stuff. He was trying to get into clothing and shoes. Like he was a Nipsey was about to do big things for the West Coast, yo.
He
So I think
was.
the gangster stigma is still there with the West Coast, but I think there's still some dope artists coming out of the West Coast as of late still. But I don't know. I don't know. I still look at the West Coast as like the East Coast. East Coast went through like hardcore, then it went to like um, political movement, and then it went crazy hardcore 90s, and
Yeah.
then 2000s it went happy dancing party,
Yeah.
and now it's back to a little bit hardcore with all the street stuff. So the West Coast, I think it maintained that gangsterism with the West Coast. But
It did.
there's some really dope artists coming out of the West Coast too. So shout out to the West Coast too. But
Most definitely.
I think when I think of the West Coast music, I still think of that hardcore West Coast tough music. You
Me
know.
too. Especially like the 90s was like the rise of the
Ooh,
gangster rap and
ooh,
G-Funk.
ooh,
Because you had
yeah.
NWA, T, Ice-T,
Mm.
Dre, Cube, Snoop, Pac, all of them was
West
like
Side Connection. Ooh.
West Side Connection. Yes, shout out to West Side Connection, man. And I felt like
Mm.
the Chronic, like you said, how much it aged to this day, and it introduced the world to some smooth, laid back beats of the G-Funk and some gangster stuff. So, oh, here we go with the storm. And it was just classic, like you said, from top to bottom, all of that. The chemistry with the music, the beats, the way he just blended it. So shout out to Dre for a classic album. But like you said today, with the mainstream success and the cultural impact, West Coast hip hop definitely became a dominant force,
Mm.
topping charts,
Mm.
impacting popular culture. The
Yes.
uh the debates about, you know, homophobia in the rap,
Mm.
but also it served as like a powerful medium for social commentary and challenging for like, some norms and stuff like that too. So it definitely from like the late 90s to the now 2000s and the early 2010s, major, major.
There was a time in the '90s when New York thought they were on top, and when Bad Boy Records was selling crazy records, Big said it himself. I'm trying to sell records like Snoop.
Yeah,
So West Coast was selling tons of records in the
it
early '90s,
was.
tons of records. Even though people said the East was the dominant, coast, the West Coast was putting up numbers in the
That's true.
'90s.
That's true. So I don't want to turn this into an East Coast show because I know we're gonna do that separately, and that's probably gonna be an all day show.
All right, all right,
So,
all right.
so what are the differences in the lyrical content and delivery between the West Coast and East Coast hip hop?
You know, I really don't think there's much of a difference when you strip away the sound of the West and you
Hmm.
strip away the sound of the East. Like one of the things about hip hop is that hip hop is very competitive,
Yes.
and a lot of artists want to put out their best music. Like the '90s, most excuse me, most
Hmm.
artists in the '90s was doing their best to put out their best music. And
Yes.
when it comes to lyrical ability, even though the East had some lyrical geniuses in the '90s, the West had some like uh, 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 um, Dog Pound. You got Corrupt was a lyrical beast back then. You got guys like Raz Cass.
Cash. Shout
You
out to
got
Cash, bro.
you got Exhibit. All right, and even though Dr. Dre is not a Dr. Dre was still getting his Dr. Dre off.
But he's
Snoop
still roasting.
was rocking it. Pac was rocking it. Like the West Coast had some lyrical guys. So I don't think there's much difference in the East and West because I think the lyrical ability, the West had it, the East had it. Production, the West has some dope producers too. East
True.
has some dope producers. The West was doing a lot of females that was doing vocals and stuff. Shout out to Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg was doing a lot of hooks. I don't think the East Coast was really doing the hook stuff like the West Coast was doing. But other than the sound of the East and the West, I think we were doing almost the same things. Bad Boy Records was trying to sell more records than Death Row. Death Row
Yeah.
was trying to sell more than Bad Boy, and But I
What can you
I
say?
think they're level. Just the sound is different. But we had great producers on both sides. We have, if you can name 100 classic songs on the West, I can name 100 classic songs on the East. If you could say 10 dope MCs from the West, I could give you 10 dope MCs from the East. If you can give me 10 classic songs from the West, I can give you 10 classic from the East. So I don't think it's much difference. I just think the sound
The sound was
is
different. And
different.
the style was different too.
The style is different. Yeah, yeah.
Style is different. I feel like definitely lyrical content.
Mm,
East Coast, known for the complex wordplay, the heavy metaphors, and the detailed storytelling. Now, I feel like it's a difference there. With
okay. Really?
a focus on the deeper, I feel like we focus more deeper and more like intellectual lyrical content
Mm,
and some like serious issues like poverty and crime. West Coast definitely focus more on the realities of street life, party themes like you said earlier,
okay. Okay.
and the gangster, all that other stuff like that. So they had some lyrical themes and stuff like that, which
Okay.
that could be universal and address like speaking the truth. Delivery, I think East Coast, the rhythms are like less diverse, more monotone, if that makes any sense. And with the delivery that is more complex. So I feel like
Mm,
trying trying to give an example. Like Nas. Nas is a perfect example.
mm.
Heavy, multi-syllable rhymes. This man rapped a story backwards on a song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, Game tried to do it on the rewind too. Now that was kind of dope too on that Born to Rap. I was like, okay. But I just felt like Nas delivered it better.
But let's also give props to Tupac Shakur for
Tupac,
talking
most
about
definitely.
me and my girlfriend, and
Yeah.
Nas taking the idea about the gun and
Yeah.
flipping it. So, but
Yeah.
great content on both sides though.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So yeah, I just feel like it's a if you just depends on how you want to say like with the delivery, the lyrical content, sound and production. Now that's definitely a different story. Like
Very unique. Both
now,
sides very unique.
unique. East Coast beats darker, heavier, relying on jazz and sample sounds, which can result in like some raw and grimy sound. West Coast beats funk, R&B. Like I said, not hating, I love it. But like I said earlier, creating a laid back, fluid, smoother groove with cleaner and more like drum sounds. And
I think I think I think the East, like I said before, like I said earlier,
yeah,
the East had at least I think four different styles going back
yes,
from the '80s. Like the '80s was a lot of there was a lot of cultural stuff going on in the late 80s, even though there was some gangster stuff too. You know, guys like Cool G Rap was dropping gangster stuff too. But like Roxanne Shante and KRS-One. And then like the early 90s, we had guys like Jeru the Damager, Bahamadia. Like
Hmm.
New York's music went to hardcore, political, then it went super hardcore, then it went party up into like New York
Yeah.
has had a lot of ups and downs with where the music is going, who's selling the most, who's controlling the airways. Like what? Like
Right.
in the 90s and 2000s, whoever was controlling the airways
Hmm.
was was where everybody was following.
Yes. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more.
The radio stations had a lot of power
They did.
In New York in the 90s.
They did. Which I felt like was there was some blackball going on, but we'll get into that.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
We'll
Oh yes.
get
You're in
into
line,
that.
100%.
There
Yes.
was a lot of blackball going on with the East Coast radios.
But I,
Like
but I blame the fans too. I blame the fans. The
I
fans,
definitely think the fans took 70% of that. I definitely agree with that.
we as fans, we're the ones that consume the music.
Hmm.
Even though the record labels and the radio stations are going to play the music, if
Yeah.
we don't tune in to what they're trying to push, they're
Yes.
going to change to what what we want. So if we listen to what we want to move forward, the radio
Hmm.
station will follow suit. But we give the radio stations and record labels too much power,
Too
and
much
now
power, bro.
they control the way the music is distributed these days.
I agree with you, brother. See, that's what perfectly said. Perfectly said. Shout out to 16 bars, y'all. He's spitting bars left and right. So let me ask you this, brother. So, what were some key cultural elements and storytelling traditions that emerged from West Coast rap?
I will tell you a story. I will tell you a funny story.
This,
And this is bad. This is bad. This is a bad story. Kids out there, don't follow this story. This is bad. When I first came to New York, I came to New York in 1990,
okay.
right? And I listened to hip hop back in the intro to that. But like I said, when I came to New York, I was heavy into East Coast, but I was heavy into the West Coast too. All right.
Hmm.
And like I said, when I bought the Doggy Style album, Doggy Style was the joint, like bumping that album heavy. That's the first album where I first learned about gin and juice.
Yes.
And I can actually say that the Doggy Style album got me into drinking alcohol. So I actually went out. I actually
And
went out and bought some Seagram's gin because
hmm
in the album, Snoop Dogg was talking about mixing his Seagram's gin and stuff. When I was in Boston Sea, I started drinking Tanqueray back then, and the '90s was full of Tanqueray and Seagram's gin, yo. So music, even though I wasn't doing any criminal activities, because music
yeah.
had a lot of negative stuff in music. You
Yes.
don't have to take it in and do it. The negative stuff you're hearing, it's just stories that they're telling us. So we have to know how to consume it and how to, But I actually listening to alcoholism in music. I actually drank, got into drinking and drinking. I never smoked. I'm not a smoker.
Mhm.
I never got that. Never influenced me. But I gotta say, man, Doggy Style. The words of Snoop Doggy Dogg talking about Tanqueray and gin and juice got me to taste it and loved it and kept on drinking it. But kids, don't
Yeah, kid,
follow what I did.
yeah,
Okay, don't
kids,
follow what I did.
don't follow
Okay,
that,
I'm older now and I'm wiser now. All right,
Well, luckily, this isn't, kids can't watch this. I mean, if they find it, then that's on them.
but going back to that too,
Hmm.
like I really love what Tupac was doing.
Yeah.
Like after I listened to Me Against the World and I started listening to more of his stuff, I started going back to listening to some of his older stuff. And his older stuff was super political. And I love
Yes.
that about him. Like when you listen to his stories that he was telling in his music, like
Hmm.
he was really trying to make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
And you listen to songs like Dear Mama. Like Dear Mama is still that song when when you really want to think of your mom and you listen to that song and
Yeah.
that song really touches you and make you want to pick up the phone and call your mama, like there's just some of the words that, especially Tupac, some of the words that he puts in his songs, in his albums,
Agreed.
like you just can't help but go out there and try to do better. Yeah, he came really angry later in his career, but like in the middle of Tupac's career, Tupac was spitting bars,
I agree. I couldn't
like
agree with you.
a lot of positive stuff he was spitting in the middle of his career. So that influenced me, man. West Coast music. Even though I've never been on the West Coast, listening to their music, listening to how their culture is over there,
Yeah,
it kind of gave me a glimpse of what it's like to be on the
man.
West Coast.
It's like they were journalists in the hood. I feel like
Mm,
the
mm.
harsh realities of the urban life over there. I've been to Cali a few times,
Okay.
and including gang violence, poverty, racism. It just provided like a journalistic view of what it means to be in LA or back to LA, wherever it depends on how you say it or who you're talking about or who you're talking to. But
Mhm.
yeah, it whew, it rowdy. Rowdy ain't the word, but
The
it's
one
I
thing
just
I don't like about the West Coast culture, I don't like the Bloods and Crips thing. And again, I probably just don't understand it, like how they live it.
hmm
I'm not into the colors and
nah.
areas where you can and can't go. I'm just totally against that mindset. But again, I could be missing something. So anyone that's living that lifestyle that knows more than me, maybe I'm just ignorant to the fact that I don't understand um, most of it or what it's really about.
Hey, it's nothing. Listen, no wrong with that, brother. I don't want to know about that either. I did that life, and I'm not trying. I'm not going back. I am not going back. So I think you was around more of this. I was only a kid. So how did the East Coast and West Coast rivalry impact the hip hop landscape and like the careers of artists involved?
It messed it up, man. Like there's no other way to put it, man. Like if you were around in the 80s, right? And
Hmm
you watch guys like Slick Rick and Roxanne Shante and Moni Love and Queen Latifah and MC Light and KRS and all and you saw how powerful rap is when you get together. Like there's a lot of songs from the 80s where they got together and
Yeah,
try to make movements and stuff. And back in the 80s, early 90s, hip hop was not the biggest musical genre. I think
yeah,
back then pop was big, even country music was big. Alternative was big. Like hip hop was like one of the least selling genres late 80s, early 90s.
So
It's really
you don't think that rivalry like boosted mainstream
it
popularity?
yes, it boosted the main street. It boosted where the sales exploded.
Yeah,
Everybody started making more money. MTV, we were more on MTV, we were on the TV, but that losing Pac, who was one of the greatest West Coast artists at that time,
hmm
losing Biggie the next year, who was maybe the East Coast biggest artist at that time,
yes.
that ruined a lot for not just for the different crews, not just for the record labels, not just for the kids that's listening to the music. It 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 changed the landscape of hip hop, man.
Man,
Like if Bad Boy Records was still had Biggie and Death Row Records still had Pac, and then they ended up not killing each other, right?
yeah.
And they kept on not beefing, but kept on battling. Like you just said it, the rise of the sales in hip hop was the early 90s.
hmm
Imagine if they didn't do that and they kept on making great music more 94, 95, 96, 97. Man, hip hop would have, I mean, hip hop now is the best selling genre. But in that bubble, that early 90s, mid
Yeah.
90s, man, hip hop would have took off like crazy. It was already taking off.
hmm
But those two deaths, that might be two of the most significant hip hop depths in hip hop. Yes, shout out to Big L. Big L was amazing. Shout out to Big Pun. Big Pun was amazing. Shout out to guys like Soldier Slim
Yeah.
and shout out Easy E on the West. Yes, but Pac and Big,
Mm.
it changed hip hop. It changed hip hop. It changed hip hop.
Like
I'm pretty
it's
sure you can sit down right now and imagine Biggie and Pac in 2025 if they were still on top of their game. What was going to be happening right now? Would Pac have his own record label? Would Biggie have his own record label now? Who else would have? Who else Biggie would have brought into Junior Mafia? What would have happened if Biggie and Jay Z did the commission? What would
mhm.
have happened if Pac and E40 got to do an album together?
That would have been crazy.
It changed everything. It changed everything, Mom. It changed everything.
Especially like the increased media attention that it got, like the conflict of like by the media outlets. I think they
Imagine
definitely
Pac on
had a.
social media, Mom.
I can't imagine that. I cannot imagine that, man. And I think like you said earlier with the fans, it drew more attention in the fans to like the the situation, which like gave them more dominance, like you said earlier. So it was just like you said, it was ugly. It was
Yeah,
grimy. It got grimy like New York, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I,
A lot of a lot of artists, Mom, when they pass away,
mhm,
they gain more notoriety because of their depth. Biggie was already a mega superstar before he passed.
that's true.
Pac was already a mega superstar before he passed. So they didn't really need. I mean, they did get a boost. Biggie
Yeah,
got a boost. He passed. Pac got a, but they were already mega superstars on their own coast. Like Bad Boy was the East Coast.
yeah.
Who was
And
selling more records than Bad Boy at that time? Al?
nobody.
Who was selling more records than Death Row at that time
Yeah, that's true.
on the West Coast?
But all I can say is this too. With that rivalry is that the lesson in competition. Like the rivalry serves as a powerful reminder of like the relationship between competition and creativity, highlighting both the triumphs and its dangers. Because like you said, we lost two icons to it. So it's just a lesson learned to be in, I don't know. It's, I I wish they were still alive. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, me
I,
as well.
oh man.
Me as well.
So yeah. So who do you feel are some unappreciated West Coast artists?
Oh, let me first go my boy Corrupt. I know
Oh.
I know people love Corrupt.
Hmm.
I don't know if people know how much of a lyrical beast he is.
Yes.
Like I know his name is big, but I don't know if people understand one of the four horsemen. So I definitely gotta say Corrupt, first of all. Shout out to Corrupt. Um um I wanna say Ras Cass. Like I didn't start listening to Ras Cass till maybe late 90s, probably. I started really getting into Ras Cass. But when I first started hearing his music, I was like, whoa, this boy's dope.
Mhm.
Rapping style was ill. His rapper voice was ill. He was getting on other people's tracks and dismantling them. So I definitely got to say Ras Cass, and I definitely got to say Nate Dogg, man. Like rest in peace, Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg was doing something I don't think anybody else was doing, or they weren't doing it on the level that Nate Dogg was doing it. Like Nate Dogg was the hook guy. Like, is there anyone on the East Coast you can call the hook guy? Who's the
No,
hook guy on the East Coast?
no, buddy.
Like Nate Dogg was laying it down with the hooks, man. His voice was great. He fit right into the songs. He opened songs. He closed songs. He was in the middle on the hooks. Like, shout out to Nate Dogg. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg, man. Nate Dogg, Corrupt, and Ras Cass. I think people need to give them some more recognition for what they were doing over there on the West Coast. And I saw recently also DJ Quick is getting into a little bit of tit for tat on the internet, saying that he's a better producer than Dr. Dre. But I'm not going to argue with that. DJ Quick is a pretty good producer, but I've seen him going back and forth with people on Instagram and and X talking about being a better producer than Dr. Dre. I'm not going to argue with that.
Is
I think
I
I
was gonna
think he's good
say,
as hell.
that's a good debate right there. Because people, like you said, if you're a DJ Quick fan, you will know some of the beats that he done.
And it's a lot, Marv.
His catalog is probably like our man Rock. He got a catalog now, so I think that's a good debate of can Quick be up there with Dr. Dre. Now, most popular, no, but beat wise, music wise, it's an argument. There's an argument or a conversation to be had. I got a few unappreciated West Coast rappers. I'm gonna definitely say Ras is definitely number one. J.O. Felony, people don't
Oh,
appreciate,
wow. Wow, what a name. Shout out Jill Felony, man.
and I definitely feel like uh Ran was overshadowed
MC
because
Ren?
he's a good writer, but I don't think he was appreciated when he was on his own. Nah,
I'm
give him
I'm 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 mad he lost his voice.
me
I
some.
think I think it would have been a whole different story if he
Ran
didn't lose
Ran
his
could have
voice.
been. Oh, another one, like you said, West Side Connection, Dub C. I feel like Dub C is
Oh,
unappreciated. I feel because 2002, that Ghetto Heisman was pretty
mm.
dope. I'm not gonna lie to you, that Ghetto Heisman was
West
dope,
Side
man.
Connection. I really caught on to West Side Connection
Yeah.
when I watched the Up in Smoke tour.
Oh,
I mean, I've heard of them before, but when I saw them on the Up in Smoke tour, I was like, yo, him and Mac, even now Mac 10, they pretty cool, man. And I started listening to more of their music after I watched the Up in Smoke.
that's true. And I'm gonna say
If you
Richie
if hold on, if you're out there right now, y'all, you can find that DVD. Go find that DVD. The
up
Up
in
in Smoke
Smoke
tour, one
Tour.
of the best, maybe the best concert rap DVD all time. Maybe, maybe.
Mm,
What's better? What's better, Mar? What's better? You making a face. What's better?
up in
Hard Knock Life?
Smoke.
What's better? No. I'm saying
I was about to,
DVD, not concert
no,
overall.
backstage was hard too. I'm just saying, bro.
Put together
Backstage,
as a package, as a to watch as a show backstage.
backstage was up there, bro. And the
I'm gonna go back.
soundtrack was cold.
I'm gonna go back and watch
Go,
backstage.
yeah, go back and watch it.
I'm gonna go back and watch backstage. I'm mad. I don't got a copy of backstage to DVD. I'm mad. I'm mad about that. I'm about to find that, Mom. I have to go
No,
look for that.
I still got mine over here, and I'm never giving that up.
I,
Pause.
I you can't lend friends. Yo, don't lend your
Oh
friends your DVD.
no, no, most
Don't do it.
definitely not. Most definitely not. Hey, okay. Who's some overrated West Coast artists?
Oh man, overrated.
Yeah, overrated. Who you feel like is really overrated? That's not all that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. Tupac is an overrated. I'm not sorry, it's not Tupac. Snoop Dogg
Well,
is an overrated West Coast artist.
okay.
Listen, Marv, listen to me for a second, okay? Snoop Dogg has about 15 to 20 rap albums, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Now, whenever people have rap conversations, they always say you're supposed to get better as time goes by, right?
very true.
Okay.
Very true.
If you're releasing albums, right? Album one, album two, album three, album four, album five. You're supposed to get better within those five albums. Your first album you're supposed to get better.
Yes, true.
Okay. Snoop Dogg does not have any album in his catalog that rivals Doggy Style. Tell me an album, Marv, that's better than Doggy Style in Snoop Dogg's catalog.
There is no album.
And I'm not saying that Snoop Dogg doesn't have dope content. I'm not saying he doesn't have dope albums. He has some solid albums. He went over to Master P, No Limit, dropped some stuff there. He came back and did his own thing. He's still releasing music today. Shout out to the that last album they just did.
Oh, it's
Um
a crime, yeah.
the We All We Got album, whatever. That album was dope. But I gotta say, man, I gotta say, Snoop Doggy Dogg as a West Coast artist,
Oh yeah.
yes, yes, his name is big. Yes, he's a cultural icon, but he does not have a better album than his first album, and that is a red flag.
So Snoop is definitely overrated.
I still love him though. Snoop, I love you. Doggy Style is top five, top three West Coast albums, Snoop. Don't get it twisted, y'all.
But
I'm
like
not
you
dissing
said,
Snoop. I'm just saying he never got better at putting together albums after his first album.
that's a good way to put it, brother. I
Other than
agree.
that, no, nobody else. I think Rascal has had a solid career. Exhibit had a solid career. Even
Yeah,
Dre's not a rapper, but even Dre's
yeah.
albums were dope. Second, first, the last one, the Compton was kind of weak, but DJ Quick released good stuff. Ice Cube got better he was a group. He went solo and he went better as a solo artist.
Hmm.
So I, Snoop Doggy Dogg, man.
I agree with them. So it's that time of the show.
Wait! You gotta give me yours
I'm
if you
agreeing
have
with
one.
you. No, I was gonna actually say Snoop. That's why I was like, that's
You
why
was
I
gonna
looked
say
at
Snoop?
you because I've argued over the years that No
uh,
Limit Top Dog was cool. The Game to Be Sold, Not to Be Told was okay. The three albums with No Limit were okay, but they wasn't doggy style. That's like play doggy style from the bathtub intro to when Rage was snapping on the second song. But you listen to the last man, I'm like, I'm skipping a few tracks. Then you listen to the one song, woof, but woof, on the game is to be sold. I was like, I just can't listen to those from start to finish. I can never sit here and say I could listen to a Snoop Dogg from start to finish besides Dogs. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. I agree with what you said. You just said it way better than I did. I'm just like Snoop have some songs, but he don't have a
yeah,
good album like Doggy Style.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because like you said,
Everything after that, you're right. Everything after that, that is
yeah,
exactly right. He has some hot songs, but I don't think any of the packages put together was as complete as Doggy
yeah.
Style.
So, like you said, because nobody's repeating metaphors from a Snoop Dogg song like you did on Doggy Style from Serial Killer, Pump Pump, Murder Was the Case.
Mm.
Oh man, my favorite. What's that one song? Man, Snoop. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Doggy Style was just yeah.
He even took Lottie Dottie from Slick Rick, and
Lottie
that
Dottie,
was ill. That Lottie Dottie was ill too.
Lottie Dottie was definitely one. And then we forgetting Gin and Juice, the Shiznit. It's just so many on that album that you could just be like, oh wait, I gotta play that again.
Classics,
You
classics,
know?
classics,
So
classics.
I agree with you. So let's start with Snoop catches.
Okay, okay.
What's Snoop's hold on, how we do this? Is it
What's the first category?
the
Best song?
first category? Okay, biggest hit. Snoop's biggest hit.
Uh, Snoop's biggest hit. Um, I'm going gin and juice, man. Gin and juice is hard. I'm going gin and juice. I'm going gin and juice. Like I said at the top of the show, man, Snoop got me into drinking gin and juice, man. I'm going gin and juice, y'all. I started buying bottles of Tanqueray, Marv. I'm telling you, man, I was deep in the trenches. Marv, I was influenced, man. I was influenced. Oh,
Oh man,
I'm going gin and juice. I'm
Steph.
going gin and juice.
What was Snoop's catchiest hit?
My catch is drop it like it's hot. Drop it
Something
like
like
it's
it's hot.
hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pimp's in the bed, boy, I'm going to drop it like it's hot, man.
Most gangster.
Most gangster, murder was the case.
Ooh, classic, man. What's a Snoop hidden gem?
I'm going with a joint off of the Pay the Cost to Be the Boss album, the final song coming at Suge Knight, Pimp Slap.
Oh, Pimp Slap. That was a good diss song too.
I was surprised when I heard that track. I didn't know Snoop had it in him to come at Suge like that. Like he called his name Simon and everything.
Simon
I
called him
I
Simon.
didn't know Snoop had it in him. Pimp slapped.
Yeah, Pimp Slap was definitely a hidden gem. Biggest hit, of course, I'm gonna definitely say Gin and Juice.
Okay, okay.
Most catchiest, in my opinion, not gonna lie, I think it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's my shit.
That was Pharrell. Pharrell produced that.
Yeah, Pharrell was on the hook. Pharrell
That
was on the
that that,
hook.
that was hard. Yeah, that's a
That
hard
that
song.
was a
That's a
good
hard
one.
song. That's a hard song.
Uh, Most gangster. It's a song on the RNG album he got with 50 Cent. It's called Oh No. That beat went
Oh,
hard.
oh no! Who
Yeah.
crept in the back door? And that's
No,
and
no, no,
that
no, not
again,
that. No, no, no. That's
not
not
that
that.
one.
That's Nate Dogg. It was a
Okay,
song. 50 was on the hook. He was like, every time I come around, they like, oh no. Yeah, 50. It was him and 50 on that song.
okay. I'm gonna
That's
I'm
a
I'm
that's a
I'm
that's a
I'll
good
put out I'll
gangster
put on my
song.
list. I'll put on my list. Okay, okay.
Now, Hidden Gem, I'm
Mm,
gonna go Last Meal. It's a song called Set It Off.
okay,
It
okay.
got Rage, Ren, Cube, and
Shout out to
Snoop.
Ren, man. We even mentioned
Yeah,
no, we
man.
mentioned MC Ren, right? Shout out to Ren again too, man.
Shout out to MC Ren, man.
Even though Ren was down, Ren was like one thing we didn't mention about Ren,
Hmm.
how much writing Ren did, and it's rumored that Ren and Cube was doing all of the writing
They
for
were.
NWA. I don't know how truthful it is, but
Hmm.
does Ren get his writing credits,
I don't know. That's a good question.
or
That's
does,
a
or
good
does
question.
Cube get most of the writing credits?
That's a good question, brother.
It was rumored that Ren and Cube did most of the writing for everything that was coming out from NWA,
NWA.
y'all. So
Yeah.
somebody put it in the chat if that's true or not. Shout
Yeah,
out to
let us know. Let us know. All right, let's go to Cube. Speaking of which, let's go to
okay,
Cube.
okay, okay.
Cube's biggest hit.
This might not be his biggest hit, but I'm going with It Was a Good Day. I always go back to that song, and like even when the summertime, that's one of
Hmm.
my favorite summer songs.
Yeah.
Like I love that song, man. I always go back to that song whenever I'm listening to Cube stuff. It was a good day for me. Yeah. It might not be because Cube got so much stuff.
Cube got so
Like
much
Cube
in the
got a, Cube
chamber,
got a
bro.
lot of hits, but I'm gonna go with It Was a Good Day.
What about catches?
You better check yourself before you wreck
Wreck
yourself.
yourself.
Make that's bad for your health.
That remix is called
I'm
Shout out to
going to
Dawes
chicken and check
Effects.
yourself, man.
Shout out to Dawes Effects,
Oh
man.
yes, oh yes, man. Hook
Shout out
phone.
to
Yep,
Dawes
yep,
Effects,
yep.
man.
Check yourself. Yep.
Most gangster.
I'm going with America. America, and there's a song. Let me find the song. Hold up. There's a song on that album. Hold up. What did I do with my ice cream? Hold up. And again, like I said, Cube got a lot of good albums, yo. Yeah, I'm going to America's Most Wanted.
Mm.
Like it's hard. Cube is one of those. Remember when we did the other one? It's Cube is hard, yo. Like Cube wasn't a group. He was dropping gems. He went
Mm.
solo and he was still dropping gems. So Cube is one of those artists where it's hard to dissect Cube, man. Cube got a lot of stuff, man. But I'm
So
gonna go.
this
I'm gonna go with that.
that's probably gonna be difficult too. What's the hidden gem from Cube?
I'm going Wicked.
Wicked?
I'm going Wicked. Every time I hear that song, I'm like,
Uh,
production is crazy, bars is crazy. But again, Cube is tough, man.
Cube is tough.
Yo, if you're watching out there, Cube got so much good music, yo. It's hard to dissect stuff on Cube, man. And he's been around for so long. Cube was
Yeah.
out in the late 80s, yo.
Cube's biggest hit was definitely it was a good day.
You think so?
Not, I think it was his biggest hit,
Yeah.
one of his
Okay.
biggest hits. Now catchiest is this is funny. Y'all might disagree. I'm gonna go with I'm a hoe with Master P because I'm a hoe. Get no I'm a hoe. I just think that was like one of the catchiest songs I've ever been on.
Shout out Master P too.
Shout out to Master P,
Shout
man.
out to P.
Most gangster rap made me do it from the Raw Footage
Okay.
album.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hidden Gem. That's difficult, man. There's so many hidden gems that people don't know from Cube. Once upon a time in the projects, my summer
Once upon a
vacation.
time in the oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a song from War and Peace, the double album.
Mm-hmm.
It's a song called Ghetto Vet. Go listen to that, y'all.
Okay.
That's a good hidden gem for y'all right there. And it was on I Got the Hookup soundtrack. So, because he made a little cameo on that movie. If y'all seen that movie, I Got the Hookup. When he was in that movie, that's the song they was playing
Mm.
when they bought them cars from him.
Shout out to Cube, man.
Shout out to Q.
Cube definitely got to be in your West Coast rappers. Cube got to be in your top five, y'all.
Facts.
Cube held it down for a long time, and he got great content.
This one gonna be interesting. I can't wait to hear this. The Game.
The game, yo, listen, man. Like I said earlier, man. I people people don't show Game the respect that
The
he
credit. Yeah, I
yeah,
definitely agree with
he
you.
don't I don't think he gets the credit, man. Like
I agree.
the whole G Unit thing, I think it was good for him to
Excuse me.
build with G Unit
Yeah.
and Dr. J producing his early albums still gave him that West Coast sound, but he
Hmm.
still had like an East Coast grit to him. And longevity, man. Game has dropped so many albums, so many
Yeah.
mixtapes. He stayed relevant. I think just early in the year or last year, he was still dropping freestyles on LA. What's that? LA Leakers. He was still dropping LA Leakers freestyle. So I won't put him in my top 20 or anything like that. But West Coast, he might be top 10 West Coast, man. Like when you really sit down and put together a top 10 West Coast artists,
I think
Game,
Game is in there.
here. The first category is biggest hit. I'm going What We Do.
Oh,
I'm
that's
going What We Do.
difficult. That's difficult.
I think that's one of his biggest songs.
Okay.
Still, I think it still gets bumped today.
Hmm.
One of his best albums. Yeah, I'm going How We Do. Biggest
Catches.
song. Catchiest, I got Hated or Love It.
And I love it.
Hated or Love It down the doors on top. I'm going down. It be me.
What
I'm Rap's
about
MVP.
what about Most Gangster?
Most gangster. Um, I'm going with a song called Home Invasion.
I think I know that song.
Yeah, I'm going with Home Invasion. That one. That one is dope.
A hidden gem.
Um, there was a song off the LAX album called My Life. It
Oh,
was
with
more
Wayne. Yeah.
it was more slowed down a little bit,
Hmm.
but the content in the song is really touching. So if you haven't heard that song, y'all, go check out that, man. It's on the I think it's on the LAX album.
Yeah.
The one with him and his son.
Little
I think his
Little
son
Wayne.
is sitting in front of him on the album cover. Yeah, My Life. Man. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
But
gonna
shout out
definitely
Game, man. Game, like the West Coast, if you're gonna have a West Coast top 10, Game got to be in your top 10.
see. I'm gonna reverse it. I think Hater the Lover was bigger, and I think How We Do was the catches.
Really?
I think so.
Okay, okay,
I
okay,
think so. So,
okay, okay,
what's
okay.
what's the next one? Most Gangster. See, Game do got some gangster stuff, but I'm gonna go with the song. It's a song from the 1992 album.
Mm, okay.
See, what's it? It's shoot, 92 bars. We going at
Mm.
Meek. That's when he had a little problem with Meek back in the day. Meek Mill. So that song was crazy.
And Game survived a lot of beefs too, man. So
He
shout out to
did.
him
He
for
did.
that too.
Even on this one track, he had, I done been there, done that, had beefs and won that, 5 million records on one track. I own that. So he gang can spit, man. But it's some, I got a hidden gem. It's a song called Ricky.
Mm.
It's kind of like from the Boys in the
The movie?
Hood.
Okay.
It's on the Red album. Go check
Mhm.
out that song. It's called Ricky. It's kind of like got the little scene from the Boys in the Hood. So yeah,
Okay.
go check that song out. It's a
The
pretty
Red
dope ass
Album.
song.
Okay. Okay.
hmm So last but not least, Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick, man, the Drake killer.
Yes,
Kendrick, yo, man,
he hide it.
Drake hasn't caught back up yet since that happened, yo. Like Drake. No, 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 really, yo,
Right.
Bob.
No,
Drake
I'm just
hasn't,
laughing at the Drake killer part. That's so
yo,
funny.
Drake hasn't caught himself. Like he can still sell records. He's
Yeah.
still got his fans behind him.
hmm
But him not being on the top of the throne anymore, it's bothering him, yo. Like you could,
Yeah.
he's buying mad chains, he's doing selfies, he's getting Botox. It's bothering him, yo. Like
It is,
being the
bro.
top dog is really affecting his life choices right now.
That's crazy work, bro. Hey.
And it's okay. It's okay to lose a battle, yo, yo, fans, whoever's watching this. A lot of battles, somebody got to win. Somebody got to win. It's okay to lose a battle, y'all. Drake,
hmm
take the L and just move on, dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still hurt, Mom. He's still hurt. He's still he's
Bro, I'm sorry, that was funny.
he's still hurt. He's still hurt, man.
Kendrick, what you got for biggest hit?
Biggest hit from Kendrick. I'm gonna no, hold on. What did I, let me see what I put here. Because I did biggest hit got to be Not Like Us, man. I wanted to put Mad City. I wanted to put Mad City,
No, not
but
not not the way with not like us been streaming like
but
that.
yes,
Yeah,
but the what exactly what you just said. What Not Like Us is doing right now with the numbers, I gotta put that as the biggest song. I got to. I
yeah.
was gonna put Man City because that's my. I think that track is
Mad
crazy.
City is, oh my God. Shout out
But
to Mad City, bro.
Not Like Us, man. That changed the game. And like I said, the biggest thing it did, it knocked the biggest guy off of the top, and that guy still like when Jay and Nas had their battle,
hmm
and Nas lost. Nas still came back and was still hard. Nas was still doing his thing. So it didn't really affect him like that. This is maybe the only artist that lost the battle. Well, maybe Ja Rule. Ja Rule didn't Ja Rule didn't catch back fire like he
Ja
was
Rule, man,
before.
career killer.
Yeah,
It's kind
yeah.
of the same.
Kanye came back from him and 50 Cent. Rick Ross came back from him and 50 Cent beat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna put those two. Drake and Ja Rule never caught back. But yeah, man, you're right, man. Not Like Us.
No,
I
like
was
us.
gonna do Mad City, but you're right. Not Like Us is too big of a song.
What's catchiest? What's the catchiest hit for Kendrick?
Catchiest song. You said it earlier, man. Chick Don't Kill My Vibe, man. Like
What's the
I am a sinner,
mm, mm.
shining on about myself. Love forgive me.
That's all crazy, bro. Uh,
Sometimes I wanna be alone. That yeah, man. I'm going with Chick Don't Kill My Vibe, man.
most gangster.
Um, can I use Not Like Us again? Can I put Not Like Us twice?
If you want to.
Hold on, because that song destroyed that guy, man. King Kunta is dope as well. I'm I'm gonna get most gangster King Kunta. You know, I want listen. Nah, man, nah, Marv. I'm double dipping, Marv. I'm double dipping, man. I'm double dipping, Marv. I'm double dipping. Fans who's watching, I'm sorry, I'm double dipping.
Hey, it's
Not
nothing
Like
wrong
Us
with
is the
that.
most gangster. It destroyed Drake, man. I'm taking it most gangster too, man. I'm taking
Mm,
double dipping, Maul. I'm sorry, man.
nothing wrong with that, brother.
That's the song of the century.
What's a hidden gem?
I had a hidden gem on my list. Hold on. There was a song on the second on the Pimp a Butterfly um album. Where is it? I think it was maybe the last song of the album. Let me see if I can find that out. Hold on.
Oh, so probably the same as me, Mortal Man.
Mortal Man. Yeah,
When him and Pac are talking,
I'm gonna go Mortal Man.
that
Final
song was
on
that's
the Pimp a Butterfly album. And those
yes.
two albums, Mob, I still go back and forth. Which album is better, Mad City or
Between
Pimp a
Man City or
Butterfly?
Pimple.
But
Mhm.
I always fall on Mad on A Good Kid, Mad City. But the Pimp a Butterfly is a dope album too, man. Like
It's a argument too. I don't know. That's a difficult
I go back and
conversation.
forth. I go
I
back
stay
and
away
forth.
from that, bro.
Yeah,
I stay away from it because it's arguably at first I was like no competition because they both slick in their own way. But Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly, you can't really pick which album is better. So I don't know, bro. I, hands up, don't shoot. I'm
I
staying
always
out
go
of that
back and
one.
forth. I always go back and forth on that
I'm
one.
staying out of that one, bro. But
Who you
biggest hit is
got? Who you got? Who you got?
definitely Not Like Us.
Okay, okay, okay.
Catchiest hit, I'm gonna say DNA. I got
Ooh,
loyalty
ooh, off the
inside my
Damn album.
DNA. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm definitely going there,
I got
bro.
loyalties and loyalties and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that
Now,
joint.
most gangster
Mm.
when he had MC8, men down. Where you from, nigga? Fuck
Oh,
who you know where you from,
oh,
my
that song is
nigga.
hard. Oh,
That I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite songs to this day, bro. But hidden gem, I'm gonna definitely say Mortal Man is one because of the fact the way he orchestrated Pac's voice to make it seem like they was having a conversation. That was dope. And the poem that he wrote before they started talking was crazy.
and I'm Mom. I'm always against AI pop music.
Hmm.
I'm totally against any AI pop music.
Yeah.
I only want to hear original pop content. Song like when 50 Cents put Pac on the song.
Nah, it's not the
I,
same. It's not the
yeah,
same.
yeah. I'm, I'm very sensitive when it comes to hearing Pac's music
Yeah.
that's not his written music. You
Me
know.
too, bro. Me too. And hidden gem, I'm gonna say is Compton with Dre.
Okay,
A lot of people don't respect that song.
that's a tough song. That's a
It
tough
is.
song.
That beat was crazy too.
That's a tough song.
This has been an interesting episode, bro.
The West Coast is alive and well, man. Like I said, man,
It is.
rest in peace to Nipsey, man. I
Rest
think
up, Nipsey.
Nipsey was one of those. He was looking like I wasn't really up on Nipsey like that. I started
I love
listening to
Nipsey
his
music.
mixtape stuff.
Yeah, I love Nipsey's music, man.
But his first album, even though he passed away and it gave the album the boost, I still think that album stands on its own if he didn't
It do.
pass away
It
as
do.
a classic album.
It do. I agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. All right. Anything else you want to add before we get up out of here?
Shout out to my West Coast peoples, man. Shout out to Tupac, rest in peace, Tupac. Always shout out to Corrupt, man.
Most definitely, man.
Corrupt don't forget this.
And shout
Who?
out to MC8 too. I don't think we talked about him either. MC8 definitely one of the underappreciated artists too.
And the thing I like about MC8, his rapper voice. Once you hear him, you know who he is, yo.
Oh,
There's no
facts.
debating when he comes on the song. You know who he is right away.
Most definitely. Most definitely, man. Shout out to 8, man. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
the
West
West
Coast.
Coast, man.
Yep.
Pasadena, I got people in Pasadena. Shout out to them. Shout out to people in LA. I love all my LA, California people, man. So shout out to all you. So we'll be back with the East Coast and we're gonna have some more ideas coming your way. So stay tuned.
East
And
Coast. East Coast. I'm gonna throw a lot of these up when we do the East Coast.
Hey, we might have to break that up into three parts, but
Oh
we'll see
God,
y'all soon. Thank
man.
you for rocking with us, man.
Peace, y'all.
Peace and love, y'all.